The first thing the woman did after being reborn was to publicly expose the dowry brought by her stepsister's fiancé. She opened the box, and inside, it was filled with stones that the fiancé had placed in to save face. Her stepsister tried to defend him, saying at least he owned a bicycle, but that bicycle was rented. The neighbors around them began criticizing her stepmother for agreeing to marry her daughter to someone like him. In fact, the stepsister was also reborn. In her previous life, the stepsister and stepmother drugged the woman and forced her to marry the poor Nick. But later, Nick became a wealthy man, and the woman lived a prosperous life. Meanwhile, the stepsister married the factory owner's son, but within 2 years, both the factory owner and his son were arrested. She had to rely on street vending for a living. The stepsister couldn't bear seeing the woman live a better life. She took a knife and charged into the venue to stab the woman. The woman grabbed scissors and they both perished together. The next second, the woman opened her eyes and found herself back to the day when her stepmother and stepsister drugged her. Drunk, Nick walked over and said that the woman's stepmother had agreed to send her to him. The woman immediately fought back with one strike, nearly rendering Nick infertile. The stepsister suddenly broke through the window to stop her, asking what would happen if she damaged Nick, and told the woman to hurry and leave, not to ruin her chance. She said it was her turn to become the wealthy wife. The woman immediately realized her stepsister was also reborn, but what the stepsister didn't know was that in her previous life, Nick's wealth was entirely due to the woman's efforts after their marriage. Nick not only gambled but also cheated. The woman thought to herself that she would never marry Nick in this life, and decided to give them a good show. Sure enough, the stepmother brought a group of people to catch them in the act, but found her daughter with Nick instead. The stepmother turned pale, without understanding the truth. She immediately accused the woman of framing her stepsister, but the stepsister shamelessly claimed she did it willingly, which caused the villagers to laugh at her. Her father, upon learning, was furious, firstly because of his daughter's shamelessness, and secondly because the engagement with the factory owner's son, which he had worked so hard to secure, was now ruined. The stepsister proposed that her sister take her place and marry the factory owner's son. The woman thought to herself, if her stepsister was about to jump into a pit of fire, then she wouldn't mind watching her perform. Her mother was upset, not understanding why her stepsister would choose to marry a poor man when she had a chance for a wealthier life. She thought her daughter was crazy, but her father, thinking it over, saw this as a win-win solution. He quickly asked the woman if she would agree. The woman pretended to be reluctant and agreed. The stepmother continued to mock, saying the factory owner's son wouldn't be interested in the woman, but the woman had already planned how to win him over. She immediately changed into a dress and went to meet her future husband. The factory owner's son, playing basketball, couldn't be bothered with her. The woman walked straight up to him, pulled off his tie and tied it in her hair, grabbed a pool cue, and with one shot, she potted the most difficult ball. She then asked if the factory owner's son was willing to talk to her now. The factory owner's son asked what she wanted from him. The woman said she wanted to marry him. The woman then proposed a tempting offer, saying that after they married, he could do whatever he wanted. She wouldn't interfere, and turned to leave, but he stopped her, saying they should pick a good day to go to her family's house for the formal proposal. Nick's family only brought a rooster. The stepmother's face immediately fell, and she mocked,